our firm is dedicated to attainable housing. Affordable, attainable housing. It's what we live and breathe. Not just in Fayetteville, but regionally. And involvement on the policy side is something that is that I personally am passionate about. I'm a multifamily and housing investment professional, and I have been for many years. And it was just a natural. It was a natural place to serve and to become a bigger part of the community in which I live. When I saw that the mayor was looking for volunteers. One of the things that I've been studying here at the Harvard Graduate School of Design is affordable housing and strategies that have been employed actually not only across the United States but globally as well. And I've engaged with some experts that have been involved in policy initiatives all over the world, from Mumbai to Sydney. I did teach at the University of Arkansas for a couple of semesters, but I moved to Northwest Arkansas right before COVID. I grew up in Savannah, Georgia, so a similarly sized MSA to Northwest Arkansas. Between kind of 500,000 plus or minus 500,000, 550,000 type people. But I spent the majority of my career in New York, actually, in the world of finance. I also spent some time in Europe, London, and Geneva. My undergraduate, I'm trained as an architect, so I sort of have an interesting and unique perspective in that I have training both in architecture, urban design, but have spent the majority of my professional career in the financial world. So I have a good sense of not only what communities need, how cities function, and how mixed income residential areas sort of contribute to the fabric of a city, but also what financial incentives and how things get funded, how projects come to fruition from both an investment and a lending side. I mean, I think that the I think that from a positive perspective, we are in Fayetteville and broader Northwest Arkansas through groundwork in the Northwest Arkansas Council, we're getting ahead of the problem. I think before it's getting out of control. If you look across the country, this situation and this problem is certainly more acute, which is a good thing, right? We're getting ahead of it before it spirals out of control. And um, I think that's going to be that's going to be really the key here. We need to do what we can to encourage supply. Ultimately, housing is a market, and prices are determined by supply and demand. We all know that we as a community, we want growth, which means, by its very nature, that demand continues to increase. And so to ensure that housing prices don't increase rapidly, that means that you have to increase supply in a way that meets that demand. And so it is. I don't think I've spoken to anybody in Northwest Arkansas or Fayetteville that says that we want the region to stop growing. Everybody sort of speaks about that in a very positive way, which means and actually speaks about ensuring that we don't do anything to stifle that growth. One of the things that could stifle that growth are housing prices that are too high. And so really ultimately that leads to the natural conclusion that the key here is ensuring that supply is increased and that the barriers to increasing that supply are reduced.